Does he look like he even wipes his rectum well, especially with that big behind ring on there? How is he going to get the paper and all of this?
Let me tell you something. Match his hustle. If you ain't holding him down, you slowing him down. I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of these women got the game messed up. They think that you supposed to pay them to be in a relationship and pay for the relationship too. Little mama, if y'all go to the movies and this man paid for y'all to get in the movies, you need to pay for the snacks at the movies. Baby, you want some popcorn. If this man took y'all out to eat and he paid that big boy bill, $200 bill, you need to pay the tip. If this man pay the rent $500, you need to pay the lights, the cable, and the internet, baby. Match his hustle. Don't be a burden on him. Be a blessing to him. Because if you ain't holding him down, you slowing him up, he could go get somebody. See, because a lot of women got the game messed up. Yeah, you can fuck who you want to fuck, but you can't marry who you want to marry. You don't want to be like Nicki Minaj, almost 40 years old with no ring or no baby. Tighten up.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Whew, all right. Hello, knockouts. Tonya TKO here. And I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTko.com. I hope you learn how to love yourself and each other. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for dating, relationships, and self-love in our own lives. And I want to give a thanks to Deb CLKR, who sent this to me with the simple inscription, gross. God, you know what? I listened. And I had on my shades in the beginning just because I think that I look as ridiculous as he does. Ladies, you know what? But let me just start out saying there's some things that I agree with that he says, and there's some things I don't agree with, and some things that I think need further exploring, because I think that the whole situation has to be looked at. We got to look at the source. We got to look at goals, driving forces. What is it that we ultimately want? And let's start the video out by me letting you all know I wrote a book called The Book of Affirmation Self-Love, and this is a really powerful book that helps rewrite your subconscious programming. Black women, we are under attack in this country. We are left virtually unprotected. And you have men like this coming out, letting you know that they don't feel as if you are worthy of protection, that they don't feel as if you are worthy of spoiling, that they talk about effing and they think that your biggest attribute is your vagina. And then on top of that, they don't have much respect for what your womb creates out into this world. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but ladies, gentlemen, please rewrite your subconscious programming. The Book of Affirmation Self-Love, it has beautiful full color page books that have the most powerful affirmations in there to rewrite your subconscious programming, because a lot of what it is, most of what it is that we go through are patterns and habits that we're just repeating over and over again, and we need a pattern interrupt. And this book is the pattern interrupt to help you get in there and heal that hurt, rewrite that programming, and be able to attract to you what you know you deserve. Let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about him. Ladies, first of all, is this the type of man that you want? Look at him. Is that the type of man that you want? With all of this jewelry and the ring, tattoos on his hand, the big shades, talking about baby, my baby. He sounds like a 65-year-old woman. He sounds like an old grandmother. Baby, hey. I don't think that this is by mistake. What man sounds like this? What man rooted in his masculine sounds like this? Baby, you don't want to end up like Nicki Minaj with her almost 40-year-old with no ring and no baby. Come on. I'm like, all right. If all it is that you desire is a ring and a baby, Yes, of course. Of course. Go out there and do whatever. It ain't difficult to get that ring and the baby. I just don't. Let me just start out saying this. Okay. If you're in a relationship with a person, of course, you start opening up your wallet. You know, he pays the bill, that big boy bill. Why? Okay, all right. If he's treating you and taking you out and you all are in an established relationship and you've gotten to the point that yes, so now he's shown you what it is that he can do, he's impressed you, he's taken you out. All right, of course. After he has set up an established pattern of treating you in the way that you deserve to be treated, letting you know that he is financially stable and able, of course, open your wallet, take care of the tip. Of course, buy the snacks. Well, sometimes these snacks cost more than the doggone ticket itself, but neither here nor there. But if you're in an established relationship, that's a whole other story. But what we have is we have people like this confusing. Listen, this is a Black American problem. This is a Black American problem. There's so much. You know what? We're going to go step by step. Bear with me in this video because it might get very long. This is a Black American issue because we have men like this convincing women who don't have substantial and concrete upstanding father figures in their lives, showing them how it's done, how they shall be treated. And we have boys like this coming out, they're grown boys who were never shown the way by an upstanding, responsible man. Basically, what this male is saying, right, is that you don't deserve to be treated. You don't deserve to be spoiled. Because as a Black American woman, there are two different things going on. One, many Black American men just don't really have the money. They don't. They don't really have the money. They have been kept abstinent from financial success for so long that they're trying to make sense of this world that we live in as they see it. So we have a lot of them kind of blurring the lines between masculinity and femininity because they basically feel, oh, well, women, y'all got a better deal. Your deal is better. I mean, why should you be the only one who's able to go out there and F and get money? Why can't I do that too? He's talking about if you're not holding him down, you slowing him down because he could go get somebody else. Second thing that's going on is when there is a Black American male who acquires just a tiny little bit of money, he feels like he's the unicorn. Oh, ladies, you know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. He feels that he's the that New York accent was too strong on the first one, unicorn. He feels that he's the unicorn. And he's so unique and so brilliant and so magical and mystical that he can do whatever in the hell it is that he feels like doing because he got a little bit of money, a little bit of education, and he looked a little bit decent. So he could go out there cutting the damn fool. That's the second thing going on. And then the third thing is we have women who are being hypnotized and convinced because they just really don't know better. They don't see you, Black American woman, as feminine. They don't see you as worthy of being taken care of. First of all, women look for a man who can provide and protect. That's what you look for. Why? Because you carry babies inside of your womb. It's built into your DNA because the women that did not look for men who were willing to share their provisions and their protection for that woman, their children did not make it because their children were killed in the wild. The woman didn't make it. His offspring didn't make it. So the women that you see nowadays, we are the descendants of women who made good choices in men. Because we made it here. And it is embedded and coded inside of our DNA. And we constantly have this assault from Black American men who are constantly telling us, look, I am not willing. And in many of the cases, they're not even able. But then when they become able, they let you know, listen, I am not willing. They don't see you as feminine. They don't see you as worthy of their protection or their provisions. They want protection and provisions themselves. They see you as a masculine counterpart. They don't see you as the precious, delicate thing that holds the encoding to human life inside your womb. They don't see that. They see you as a masculine equal in a female body. First of all, we giving up babies to men who don't deserve for their offspring to be out here into the world. We giving up babies to these guys so much that it's not even considered anything special anymore. That's one. Two, let's face it, honey. Let's face it. Let's face it. The more negroid your features, the less precious the encoding of your womb to some of these men. I'm sorry to put it that way, but you know deep inside of your heart it's true. Because if you had the genetic coding to be able to produce what these Black American men consider to be superior children, so that they could be lighter complected, hopefully get some light eyes on there too, have some European features, then okay, your womb is worth more to them. But with you having the genetic coding to produce negroid children, your womb just ain't worth that much. And they letting you doggone know. Listen, BITCH, if you ain't willing to do it, I'll find another BITCH who will. Listen to the way this man is talking. First of all, he's using the name of some infamous Harlem drug dealer, Nino Brown. This is the best that we can do out here. This is who we're taking instruction and direction from. And to them, the very worst thing that you can do or be is to be 40 years old without a ring tying you to one of them or a baby latching you onto them for eternity. It's the very worst thing that you can do is to not be tied or latched down onto someone like that. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for where it is that we're going. And I personally, know what, I said this in other videos, and I think I'm going to do something about it. I'm getting ready to take a trip to New York. I wish that I knew a better way to do this because when I go to New York, I want to create a meetup event where Black men of different cultures can connect with Black American women so that you can come into contact with what it feels like to be with a man who is healthfully rooted in the masculine. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen any other man of any other race, let me just say ethnicity, right? Of any other ethnicity who has money, who is purporting this, you need to come and make sure that you paying your way, bitch. I'm sorry, I had to add that bitch on the end, I'm sorry. But have you seen any African men of means coming on talking about, you need to make sure that you have your money. You need to make sure that you can pay. Do you see any of them saying this? You don't see it. Do you see Latino men who have money talking about, you need to make sure that you... Oh, I'm so sorry, that's not the right accent, but just you know what I'm saying. Do you see any of them out there talking about, tú necesitas que tener tu dinero? Porque no tienes. Necesitas de pagar, chica. Necesitas de pagar. Do you see them out there doing it? You don't see them doing that. Do you see Asian men who have money talking about you need to pay your own way? Sway? I don't understand. But we have this man who apparently has enough to get his little chips of diamond in his little jewelries, in his little ring with his shades and all of this. I just, look at this man. Ladies, if you were to, we have great olfactory senses. If you were to imagine what this man smells like, what do you think he smells like? To me, it looked like he smelled like Black and Miles, the sides of an ashtray, you know, the corners where the ash gets stuck in and you gotta scrape it out. That and hot not even boxer briefs, the hot ones that get stuck in between there with skid marks on it. That's what he looked like, he smells like to me. And socks. That's what he looked like, he smelled like. And sweat, funk. Does this man even look like he know how to wipe well? And he's giving advice. Let me ask you, does he look like he knows how to wipe well? I'm being very serious and I want you to answer in the comments below. Does he look like he even wipes his rectum well, especially with that big behind ring on there? How is he going to get the paper and all of this? Come on, does he look like he can wipe his bottom well? The man can't wipe well. He looked funky. He making a video in 66-year-old black female vernacular, baby. I don't get it and I don't understand. I don't get it and I don't understand. And he's talking about you can F who you want to F, but you can't marry who you want to marry. So that way, ladies, you need to come to the table with your money ablazed to make sure that you carry your weight so that you show him that you know how to hold him down. Instead of it being him showing you that he knows how to care, that he knows how to spoil you and care for a family. You know what? I get so many of these. Throughout the week. It's getting tiring and frustrating. I get so many of these questions, always the same thing from Black American men. Testing you women. And listen, some of you are failing the test. Testing you. And it's like even one guy went so far as to say that his test is to pretend to leave his wallet or he carries a defunct credit card. And then when the person comes back and says, oh, your credit card is not working. And then he asks you, oh, can you pay? And if you don't, then he knows that you wasn't the one for him. No, that wasn't it. If you pay and then you never speak to him again, when he calls you the next day, if you don't answer, then he knows that you weren't the one for him. Because he's testing. Yes, these are tests. And what are these tests testing for, ladies? Because I know some of you are inside of these forums and these groups on Facebook, and you're hearing these things over and over again. I want you to think. What is this a test of? They are testing to see if you are a woman who does not know her worth. If you are a woman who is desperate enough for a male attention, anything. They need to know that you are a woman who is going to be able to take your wallet out and spoil him when because that's what the king bitch needs. King bitch needs to be spoiled, baby. They're testing to see if you don't understand the power and the worth of your womb. If you have insecurities inside of there about your age and whether or not you're going to be able to find a man good enough for you, and whether or not you'll ever be able to have children, whether or not you're worthy of a man to spoil you, and I'm telling you, branch out. Start dating men of other ethnicities. You don't have these issues. How many more times do we vloggers and bloggers need to tell you to branch out? Stop with this mess. Stop with this. Find you a man who respects your femininity. Find you a man who enjoys being black. We talked about that viral video of this guy on vacation with a bunch of white women and other black men talking about cheers to more light-skinned babies. Because he doesn't appreciate nor love his blackness, neither does the women at the table. Imagine that. Imagine hooking yourself up with a person who is cheering to you having less of the features that makes you akin to your ethnicity, to your race. Imagine that. So you need to find yourself a man who enjoys and loves being black. A man who enjoys and loves Negroid features and knows that the way to produce a child with those Negroid features is through a black woman. Stop with these self-hating men who hate being black and hate you for your blackness and your black womb that produces these little niglet babies. Find a man who loves the fact that through your womb is birthed the melanated kings and queens of the future. Find yourself a man who honors and respects that mere fact alone. I want to hear your thoughts below. Right now I'm having a buy one get one free. This book just came out. So many of you are buying, so thank you. This book is a powerful book to rewrite that hurt and pain that we've been experiencing throughout our lives. All of those inside voices that are telling us that we're not good enough, that we're not enough. Assaults like this from people, both male and female. It's like, if they're not saying it like that, we don't really understand what it is that they're actually saying. But that's what they're communicating, that you're not worth it. You're not worth being spoiled. You're not worth a man coming in and letting you know, listen, I have the ability to take care of you and offspring. They're coming in the gate letting you know that you need to be able to come in ready to not only be the person that produces the children, that carries the children inside your body, but you need to be willing and able to work up until your 9th month to be able to provide your half too. Let me get out of here. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, what? Love yourself. Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is really, listen, nobody's childhood was perfect. And there are many of us out there who are just trying to figure it out, you know? But loving yourself is really taking the steps necessary to rewrite the programming you've been instilled. To figure out what are those little hidden things that are programmed inside that are not being explicitly stated, so you can't really decipher what it is that's being said. But loving yourself enough to dig deep into it. It's not easy. Books like mine help. It's not easy, but it can be done. And on that note, I'm going to get out of here. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Peace.